Shit, that little episode threw me for a loop. Mom began right in on me. Boy, why you lie to them police like that? Don't you know they're gonna find out that you were lying? Mom, I ain't hardly worried about the police looking for me for lying. Besides, if I had told them the truth, I would be going to jail for attempted robbery, assault, and the possession of a gun. So I had to lie. I don't understand you kids today. Guns, robberies, and gangbanging. Where's all that leading you to? You don't even know, do you? You were just a blind passenger being driven wherever the gang takes you. Kody, I don't even know who you are anymore. You're not the fine little guy that I used to know. I just don't know what to do with you. You got Sean into this shit. Now he's locked up for the rest of his young life. When are you going to realize that you were killing me, Kody? I was faking like I was asleep so she would not see how effective her talk was. I was the same old person she used to know, wasn't I? Yeah, sure I was. I tried to convince myself. But if I were still that fine little guy, why didn't she smile at me anymore? Or laugh and joke like days of the old? It wasn't me who had changed, I wanted to say. It was the times, the circumstances dictating my rite of passage to manhood. All this was crucial to my development. I became, without ever knowing when, a product of my street and a stranger at home. Life sure was a trip. Miss Scott, an American nurse, said, "Yes, you may as well go home and get some sleep because the doctor wants to keep Kody for an observation tonight." "Oh, thank you, but if it's all the same, I'd like to stay with my son." "Okay, that's fine. Would you like a blanket or anything?" "No, actually I'm fine, thank you." "Alright, the doctor should be in any minute." Mom looked at me and saw my eyes flutter. "Boy, I sure hope you got on clean underwear." God. Good old mom, she never changed. Of course she had changed. I was just too preoccupied with my own little perverted existence to take in anything outside the gang world. The world could have been crumbling around me, but if it didn't affect the set, it didn't affect me. When the doctor returned, he had explained that miraculously the bullet, apparently a hollow point, had exploded on impact. But instead of doing its job of ripping up my internal organs, it had simply stopped. And now, there were 13 small, detectable fragments throughout my upper back. He added that during his observation of the X-ray chart, he noticed that another bullet lodged in my abdominal cavity. I told him of my previous brush with death, and he asked if I was a gang member. I said no. I was instructed to stay the night for further observation. The pain subsided under a stiff dosage of something shot to my hip. The next day, under the warm rays of the Southern California sun, Mom and I tooled out of the hospital parking lot. The radio blared with Stevie Wonder's new hit, Hotter Than July. It was July 2nd, 1981. Once I got home and was safe behind the locked door of Mission Control, my bedroom, I called up Diamond to inform him of my clean bill of health. His grandmother said he wasn't there, so I phoned Trey Stone, who answered on the third ring. "Hello? What that gangster like, Ninja?" I said into the receiver, recognizing Stone's voice. "West side the best side," Stone shot back. "Nah, if it ain't north, you short, fool. What's up, homie? You alright? What they say? Did the police come up there? What Mom say?" Wait. Goddamn, man. Ask one question at a motherfucking time, alright? Alright, Mr. Important. You okay? Okay all day, even on Sundays. Nah, I know that. I mean the bullet. What the doc say? I know what you talking about. I'm cool. Fool said the bullet hit my back, broke up and stopped. You bullshit. Nah, I ain't. Doc said I'm too strong for deuce to stop. You putting too much on it now. Nah, Doc say you must be some kind of monster or something, you know? So I said, yeah, from the notorious North. Now I know you're lying, Ninja. Ain't nobody heard of no fucking North side, especially no damn white boy doctor. Your mama heard of the North. Silence. Cuz, don't talk about moms. You ain't right. Yeah, you right. Fuck her. I'm gone, monster. Nah, alright, homie. I ain't tripping. Oh, we handled that other thing too, Stone said in a low voice as if his father had come into the room. What other thing? I knew what he meant, but I wanted to hear him say it. Remember that van that fool said he worked so hard to get? Yeah. Well, he gonna be working harder now, cause we fucked that motherfucker up. What about fool? He never came out, and we didn't know what apartment he stayed in. And there was like a whole bunch of apartments, like 50. Ninja, ain't no 50 fucking apartments on that damn corner. Alright, about 16 then. Anyway, we kept fucking up the van and nobody came out. So Joker said fuck it and shot up every apartment. What? Yeah, cuz the shit was crazy. People screaming and shit. He shot one window and a fire started. Oh, cuz it was just like the movies. I ain't lying. Right, I said, joining on in excitement. But cuz, you alright though? Yeah, homie, I'm cool. I'll be at the blue apartments later. Alright, cousin, I'll see you then. Trey Minutes, West. Before we could get West Side out, I clicked him. I felt good to know that the homies had responded. It was sad, however, that Joker had gone to such extremes, but I understood his rage and appreciated his concern. I washed up as best I could with the bandage and the stiffness from my wound, put on my dark blue overalls, a blue sweatshirt, black Romeos, and a black bebop hat, grabbed my 9mm and hit the street. When I got to the blue apartments, Bam, Spoonie, China, and Peaches were out front drinking Old English and talking. When China saw me, she eased away from the group, insinuating that she wanted to speak to me privately. Amid jeers and greetings from the other homegirls, China and I went to the side of the apartments. She seemed to have something on her mind. Kody, she began. Never had she called me monster. I can't take you getting shot no more. Baby, I be worried to death for you. Everybody dying and shit. I just don't know anymore. So what you saying? What I'm saying is we don't do nothing together no more. You be with Diamond and them, and I be all alone. I be worried about you. Yeah, well, it ain't like you know where I live, China. You know your mama don't like me. You know that. Kody, so don't even try. What? I said accusingly. Don't even try what, huh? You know what No, I don't know shit. You know I'm out here banging, busting on motherfuckers daily to make it safe for you to ride around out here. And now you complaining? You done changed like the rest of them sorry motherfuckers that's gone and left the set hanging. No, baby, you have changed. This fucking war has really turned you into something. You think you super gangster or somebody running around trying to save the world. But look at what it's doing to us. Look at us. She began to cry, dropping huge tears onto her smooth cheeks. Do you remember the last place you took me, Kody? Huh? Do you remember? Yeah, I said grudgingly. I remember. Where? She asked, hands on her hips. Then louder, where? To the drive-in, I said. But before I could stop the flow of words, I knew I was wrong. No, she snapped. You know where you took me? To jail. That's where. And of course she was right. Little GC and I jacked up a civilian for his car one night. A nice car too. So I decided to take China out on a date in a stolen car. But then again, why waste a good G-ride? I'll just pick up Stone and Spoonie, I thought, and we'll do a double date ride-by. Shit, why not? So China and I picked up Stone and Spoonie, along with their gun, a huge double-barrel 12-gauge. We stopped at the hood store for drinks, Old English and Night Train, gangster juice. As we made our way west towards the 60s, a black and white patrol car got on our tail. Never want to comply with the law, I accelerated, and the chase was on. After 10 blocks of high speed and a faulty turn, we crashed. Immediately, I was out of the car and into the wind. I was the only one who got away. Stone, Spoonie, and China all went to juvenile hall. But I tried to save, but was cut off. But nothing, because before you stood me up, when we were supposed to go to the Pomona Fair, remember that? You got some new type of gun or something and just left me behind. That was cold. She was right again. The homegirl Didi, whose boyfriend was in the Navy, had given me a flare gun that looked like an ordinary ink pen, but shot a single ball of fire that she said would burn right through somebody. Well, that sounded like my type of weapon. She had given it to me on my way to the fair, and what better place to test such a weapon than a fair? So I went with her instead of China. Yeah, but nah, baby, cause there's no more. Then out of the night came a terror-stricken cry of 60s, followed by a rat-tat-tat-tat-tat of a rifle. In an instant, we were both belly down, looking at each other. She saw the anger in my eyes and said in a whisper, "Don't go. Let somebody else play hero, baby. Don't go." I gotta go. Fuck you, she screamed, but I was on my way. I heard her faint sobs as I mounted my bike and pedaled off. No one was hit, but the response would have been the same in any case. We mounted up and rode back with swiftness. After that, to beat the heat, I went to Compton to kick it with the homies from Santana Block. A week later, word was out that the police were looking for me and Crazy D for robbery. Which robbery, I wonder? Shit, we had done so many robberies that I was at a loss to figure out which one we were wanted for. With the police out for us, I'd wake up early, get dressed, and be out of the house before 6 a.m. because that's their usual raiding time. I'd gravitate around homies' houses until their parents went to work, and then we'd kick it until the rest of the hood started stirring. Then I'd try to lose myself in the sameness of the community. I ran, ducked, and hid every time someone yelled rollers. I became so engrossed in escaping capture that my military performance slumped a bit. The most frightening thing about being hunted as a banger is that you never really know what it is they are hunting you for. The banger's position is far from static, so one day you could be a robber and the next day you might be told to commit murder, only to be asked the following day to spray paint a wall. Controlled freedom, democratic centralism. The gang was all that. D and I were both eventually captured and hauled off to jail. D was 18, so he went to the county jail. I was still 16, pushing 17, so I went to juvenile hall. At my first court appearance, I was remanded to the custody of the sheriff's department and sent back to the juvenile tank. Upon arrival, I quickly saw that things had changed. Minos and Levi were gone. Both had been sent to the youth authority. Taco was still there, and so were about 14 other Grave Street Watts Crips, all tight allies of A-Trey. The difference was that Tanguy was parading around like a stalwart member of the community, as if his drinking of urine and set jumping was all in some other life.